Howdy folks, today we are trying something different. So Ellie is quite strong when I push her into canter, and I know they always say that you should like give them the rein, not like hold them back if they're strong. So being creative and gonna have a little try with something. Probably not the best thing to do when my back's not fully healed, but we will give it a bash and see how it goes. Wish us luck. This is what we're going to try. Just going to try a neck rope. And I'm not going to be a rational person that warms up with their bridle on first. I'm just going to go for it with just the neck rope and see if it's a disaster or not. I am going to wear a saddle, mainly because I don't want to be bouncing up and down her spine. Did just consider also doing no stirrups, but maybe we'll work up to that. Let's have a little bit of rationale here. Yeah, we shall see how it goes. It's quite nice though, and it's light colours. Anyway, let's crack on. My massage pad's completely broken. If I turn it off, it just keeps on going. It's all good. Yes? No, just want to eat my hair. Ellie is currently looking very confused about this. She's like, what are we doing? She's like, I don't care. I'm also wearing my hat that's too small for me because I'm still waiting for my new hat to come, because obviously when you fall off, you have to replace everything. So that's fine. I'm only planning on doing about 20 minutes. And that's about how much time I have when I'm not filled with adrenaline before my head hurts with this hat. Anyway, we're going to mount my phone on the Flow Pro blah 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 thing and see how it goes. There's no frills here. You're getting me doing this from the very beginning. So let's see how it goes. Do you think, Els? She's like, what is going on? Right, let's see how this goes. Come on, darling. Oh, I need my gloves. That would be helpful, wouldn't it? Right. As I said, no frills here. It's my first ever time doing this sort of thing. And as you can see, Ellie doesn't really know what to think. But GoPro working well. Not. I've not quite figured out how to sort this GoPro flow out. Good. Give this a bash. So initial thoughts of not having a bridle, actually a lot harder than you think. So when you see these people doing bridle-less stuff on like Instagram and Reels and stuff like that, and they look amazing, it's definitely not that easy. Ellie did not really listen to my aids at all. Like, she definitely made the most of not having a bridle on. yeah, there were parts where it was a little bit terrifying. But I think it was worthwhile, and I would like to try and get better at it. I'd like to try and jump, although that might be really terrifying. Walking and trotting wasn't too bad. And I felt that actually sitting trot was better. So I'm not sure if that's because I was doing sitting trot, my aids were maybe a bit clearer to her. And actually, in the end, I started riding her a bit like you would ride horses abroad. So, sorry, really interrupted there by the dog shaking. So quite a few years ago, I went to Mongolia and rode Mongolian horses. And when you ride them over there, it's obviously very different to riding over here. But you basically ride kind of like one-handed. And if you want to go left, then you would move your hand like to the opposite side so that the horse would like feel that you're going that way. And the same if you want to go to the right, you'd kind of move your arm to the left-hand side so that like they get that sort of like bend. And I found that kind of taking it in that sort of way and riding her in that sort of way definitely worked better. Canter, however, it was canter that was terrifying. She's got a very, very powerful canter anyway. And doing it without a bridle and just with the neck strap was... there are a couple of times that I was a bit worried we might jump the electric fence that we've got there because she was just powering on. Like, she was loving it. And it is nice, don't get me wrong, like it's really nice to feel that power underneath you and know that she's like loving having a good time, like probably almost galloping. But it is a little bit scary when you've just got like a little bit of rope around the neck. So we probably need to work on our canter. But obviously the reason that I did it was because I wanted to see if her canter was any different without a bridle. So spoiler alert, it wasn't. So didn't really achieve what I was kind of hoping to discover with that. But I think it was valuable all the same. We did get some nice walk and trot to work in the end, and I did get
one or two nice canters for a few strides. And we did do some raised poles just in walk. The first couple that you've seen on the video were just Aveli's choice, like she kind of went where she went. But the last couple were actually like me managing to actually ride her into those. So it wasn't all bad. Definitely think that I am not going to whip my stirrups away just yet. Because there is probably no chance that I would be staying on for those reckless canters if I didn't have any stirrups. Yeah, maybe we'll do no stirrups with a bridle and stirrups without a bridle. I feel like I'd be quite happy to hack her out with a neck strap. I mean, I wouldn't, because I don't think it would be very safe for other road users, but she's a lot more chill when she's out hacking. So I think that it would be much easier as long as we're not going to canter. But anyway, if you have gone bridleless and you've used a neck strap, how did you find it? Comment below and let me know. And if you've got any tips on how to make it easier, maybe it's just because my pony's not very rational in canter. Probably doesn't help either that I've got poles out. She does get a bit more excited when there are any sort of poles out, just because she absolutely loves her jumping. But yeah, comment below and let me know your top tips for bridleless.
jolly good fun. 360 GoPro is challenging, to say the least. Did have to get the other half to come off and help a couple of times, so I'm not sure what the footage will be like. It's got a little bit of a mind of its own. Yeah, riding without a bridle. These angles are going to be disgusting because this GoPro is just doing whatever. No, it's not GoPro. No, Insta 360 Flow Pro. It's just doing whatever it wants. Yeah, it's harder than you think it will be to ride without a bridle on. Isn't it, Ellie? Ellie had a great time. Ellie thought it was fabulous fun to canter without a bridle on, and made absolutely no difference whatsoever to how she goes in canter. So I don't know. Is what it is. It is what it is, I suppose. We are. It's literally got a mind of its own. You gonna follow? We're destined to go fast, aren't we? You had a great one, didn't you? You thought it was an absolute jolly. Great at tracking. I'm not. I think his self-convinced is very good. But oh, Tyler, you had fun though, didn't you? Eh? All greasy now. Good. Would we recommend the GoPro? No, not a GoPro. Insta 360 Flow Pro. Because I would recommend a GoPro. But the Insta 360 Flow Pro is challenging to use because you have to try and keep yourself in focus with it. But I think it might be slightly user error because I've read the instructions. But I don't know, I'm not like a tech geek. It's not very intuitive on this. Whereas like I can do stuff on an iPhone quite easily. So at this point I'm not recommending it, but I'm also not recommending it. Keep using it and see how it goes. Also, we'll keep trying with the neck strap. I think you had fun. You were a bit confused as to what we were doing, weren't you? You liked going fast, didn't you? And doing handbrake turns around the field because you had no hands on you. You definitely don't listen to my legs or my body. Yes, well, let's see how we go with the Flow Pro. Insta 360 Flow Pro. Not to be confused with GoPro, as I've done numerous times already. Girl, oh no. Well, I don't know what we were doing then, Mum. It was very odd. Very odd indeed. But I didn't need to do that, do I? Because we didn't have a kitty in there last. Girl. So, that was our fun-filled vlog for today. Slightly terrifying. Kudos to people who do that though, because it's actually much harder than I thought it would be. So we only did about 20 minutes, but that was enough. I think you really need to like work up to doing it. So yeah, hopefully we got some footage on the Insta 360 Flow Pro. I guess if you're watching this, there was footage. Anyway, if you like this rambly, ludicrously silly video with terrible riding in it, then hit the subscribe button and give us a like. Also, comment below if you have ever tried to ride with just a neck strap, and let me know your top tips so that hopefully I can get much better, because it's pretty horrific today. Anyway, over and out for now. Bye. Look at me.